Excuse me, sir, is this the Delta House?
Sure. Come on in.
They have cold beer and action on the game.
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
It's time for the Degenerates Next Door.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Not only do we have gambling going on in here, we got some winning going on in here. How about the brain trust of your favorite degenerate pals here? I'm Jason Hammer, Rob Kendall. Next to me, professional handicappers Kenny Britt and David Stephanoff will be along here in just a moment. But the collective last week, Rob, 7-1 on official plays on this program. Factor in the Degenerate Special. We cashed that bad boy as well. 8-1 last week. Not too bad for a bunch of dudes that pride ourselves as being degenerates.
The one loss was me. You're welcome. You're welcome. Lost my first place lead in the college football standing, so it was a great week for me. But
you're still tied, though, right?
Am I?
I believe you're tied. I could be wrong.
I'm just going to cheat at the end, so it doesn't matter.
Spoken like a true politician. We got some pretty good games on the slate this weekend. We've got a couple big de facto playoff games in the SEC. We could have made, Georgia, Texas the game of the week. But I think the more interesting matchup is number 11, Oklahoma, at number 4, Alabama. And it looks like the line here is 6.5. I believe FanDuel has it at 5.5. So as we say all the time, shop around, find the better number, whatever is best for you. But Bama, anywhere from a 5.5 to a 6.5 point home favorite. The over-under pretty consistent at 45.5. Rob, what do we do with this one?
Well, I got the Oklahoma game right a couple weeks ago against Tennessee. Sorry. I know that was painful for you.
I mean, Tennessee just gave that away. Just pissed right down their own leg.
And I think they were getting, 3.5 in that game.
Pick six at the goal line, scoop and score in the red zone.
Yeah, that was one that I got, but I didn't deserve. And I keep track of things that I get and don't deserve, which is most of my life.
Your wife.
Yeah.
Your wife is a beautiful saint among women, and why she's with you, I have no idea.
Fun fact, my wife is 15 years younger than me, too.
Good for you.
I brought the goods. She saw what I was offering.
How very Belichick of you.
She wasn't going to pass that up. Can you imagine dating somebody 50 years younger than you?
I mean, good for Belichick. I mean, everybody laughs at him and gives him crap for it, but if you looked like Belichick, if you looked like a wrinkly foot, and you had the opportunity to just take some 20-something smoke show to Pound Town, you wouldn't do it?
Yeah, but with mine, it was because I'm gorgeous and... Well, I'm doing other things right, too. His is just he's rich, right? I mean, she's not looking at him like, oh, what a catch.
But if you're Belichick, do you care?
Well, that depending on how that's structured.
I don't think Belichick is thinking she's in love with him.
But he lets her do a lot of stuff for not thinking she's in love with him. I mean,
But look what she lets him do. I think that's a fair trade for a dude like Belichick, who's already got a Super Bowl rings. He's just having fun on a college campus banging his 20-year-old girlfriend.
Well, okay. I'm just saying at 15, 15 was like, well, that's a lot of years, but sure, why not?
How old are you? People probably don't know. So let's do the math.
41.
Here. So you're 41. Okay. So it's not like some weird situation where you're 25
no.
and you're dating, like you're going full Jerry Lee Lewis here.
No, everybody was illegal, and this is not a Chris Hansen situation.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
No. I mean, I don't look 41, but thank you.
And your hair looks great.
Thanks to the fine folks at We Grow Hair Indy. Anyways, point in all this, I don't even know why I got on that detour. I get things I don't deserve all the time, and I keep track of them. And I didn't deserve that win because I don't think Oklahoma's all that good. I think Alabama's going to beat the brakes off of them. I'm surprised it's not more than 5.5. I'll go with Bama laying the 5.5.
So knowing what we know about odds makers, if it looks too good to be true, it often is. Look at the Tampa Bay Bucks betting line this past weekend. Tampa Bay at home? Baker Mayfield less than a field goal?
He did you in again!
Take my life savings, and then he screws you. He bends you over, and he pulls a Belichick on you.
I hope you don't end up there, but at the gates of hell, it's going to be row your boat guy and Baker Mayfield there to greet you.
Giving me both middle fingers. All right, so you're on Bama 5.5, which you did find at FanDuel.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to ride the Lightning here. I'm going over because, again, we keep hearing about Oklahoma's defense. You can't run on Oklahoma. No, but you can throw on them. And I saw this firsthand with Tennessee. Tennessee was able to throw at will on Oklahoma. And if they don't give up 14 points basically offensively, Tennessee wins that game going away. I like the over in this one. I'm going over 45. This feels like a 27-23 type of game, which, if my Ball State education is correct, taps our toes pretty comfortably here. Gets us over the total by nearly 5 points. So I'm going to go over 45.5. Simpson, eh? Outside of Fernando Mendoza, might be the best quarterback in all of college football right now. He is night and day different than that debacle that we saw opening week at Florida State, against Florida State. Bama might be one of the best teams in the country right now. I am a little concerned that odds makers might be trapping us here with this number in terms of a point spread. So I'm looking at the total. I think Bama's going to score some points in Tuscaloosa. I think Oklahoma's going to do just enough to give us some help here. 27-23. That taps our toes. Over 45.5. All right. So now, Rob, last couple of weeks, you've been riding Notre Dame. You've been looking at totals. You've been looking at point spreads. This is the team you follow closer than anybody on this program. You got another Notre Dame play.
Now, let me say this. I was right when I said Notre Dame, if they finish 10-2, they will be in the college playoff. People, their schedule and this and that. I said, it doesn't matter. They're Notre Dame. They admitted last year, to the credit of the NCAA, they admitted this is a television product. We're here to make money, and Notre Dame makes us money. Now, they ended up going all the way to the national championship game last year. But Notre Dame is not all that good, but they're Notre Dame. So as long as they keep winning the games, even if it's by one stinking measly point, Notre Dame's going to be in the finals or the playoff. However, come back to my original point. Notre Dame not all that good. And other than USC, they don't really have a decent win this year. Heck, they should have got beaten by Boston College. They're giving 11.5 at Pitt. Pitt's not great, but they're also not horrible. And so I could win in a variety of ways. This could be one of those ones where Notre Dame wins by 10. I still win both of them. Notre Dame wins the game, and I win the bet. I'll take Pitt getting 11.5.
11.5 is such an awkward number because it's really 12, which could really be 13.
That's right.
Because 11, not a great number when dealing with sports betting.
And this is one of those wacky games where even if I lose, that means Notre Dame beat the piss out of Pitt, and I'll be happy with that too. I'll pay $5 to get a sizable Notre Dame win.
So let's talk about Notre Dame. You say they're not very good. Is it a case of, like, since week one, where Alabama looked awful, but since then, they've gotten better each week. Their quarterback progressed. They look like one of the best teams in the country now. You don't think Notre Dame's gotten better as the year has gone on? Because their first two games were really tough.
Their defense stinks. That's the problem. When you got Boston College effectively moving the ball down the field. Now, Navy didn't because their quarterback was hurt. Notre Dame's offense is fine. Their running attack is great. But they play somebody good? They play somebody Ohio State, Indiana. Indiana might score 9 million points against Notre Dame. They'll make the playoff. They're going to win these final two games. Now watch them lose Saturday. Oops, I don't want to be a Kenny Britt. Let me rewind the tape. They'll probably lose on Saturday and be done.
I love how you're channeling Lou Holtz right now. Every one of these dirtbags that's left on Notre Dame's schedule is the best team they've ever seen in their life.
For those of you who don't know, Kenny, who we'll hear from here in just a little bit, he boldly a couple weeks ago with the Steelers. Now, this was the dumbest thing ever because he's a Steelers fan, and it was dumb as a bettor. They had a lead. Who were they playing? It was the Packers, wasn't it?
Sunday night.
Yeah, and they're up in the second quarter, and he sends us a text. It's over, boys.
Game over.
And they got smoked after that. That's so stupid to do. You never declare a game over as a bettor or a fan. You're always crapping all over the team you bet on, or you're always crapping all over your actual team itself.
And when Kenny joins us here in a little bit, I think he's still ticked off at YouTube and Disney, so he's going to crap all over them because he can't watch some of these games that we're talking about.
Can you please ask him about that still shot of Aaron Rodgers' face getting smashed into his helmet?
Maybe we'll do that Thursday for the NFL show. All right, so I got one more play, and this is another situation where I just think it's too many points. I don't think this team's going to win, but this number's getting pretty inflated. South Carolina at Texas A&M. All right, Texas A&M's really good. We've established that. That defense is legit. But the spread here is 19.5. Texas A&M at home is a 19.5-point favorite against South Carolina. Now, mind you, at the beginning of the year, South Carolina was like a dark horse to make the college football playoff. People were talking about Lenora Sellers possibly being in that Heisman category. It hasn't quite gone that well for South Carolina this year. But here's the thing. South Carolina's coming off of a bye. And I always love looking at teams coming off of a bye that are catching a lot of points here. And Shane Beamer, I think he's a pretty good coach. I don't know if he's great, but he's got to get something going here. They blew out Mike Shula. He's not calling the plays anymore. So this is a new offense here for South Carolina.
Wait. Mike Shula's still alive?
Mike Shula's still alive. He was calling plays for South Carolina until he got the boot. Das Boot.
How does he still have a job anywhere? Well, I guess he doesn't right now.
He doesn't.
But
That's how.
You know he'll get picked up somewhere else. That is amazing to me that Mike Shula is still a person.
And how about South Carolina under Shane Beamer? The last 6 road games where they've played teams in the Associated Press top 3, so the upper echelon, to quote Macho Man Randy Savage, the cream of the crop. They've covered in all 6. 6 straight road games at top 3 teams. Beamer has covered. So he gets his team up. I just think this is too many points here. Give me South Carolina, the Fighting Lenora Sellers, getting 19.5 at A&M.
Remember when they were your pick to sneak into the tournament?
They were. They should have made the college football playoff a year ago.
They should have.
And boy, have they regressed since then.
Yeah.
But I think this is just too many points here. Like, A&M's good. We get that. But if A&M gets up big, they got bigger fish to fry here. So they're going to take dudes out. You're going to get backdoor cover opportunities here. And you're getting 19.5 points.
It's a lot of points.
All right. Let's bring our professionals in next. David Stephanoff, Kenny Britt. We'll find out what they think about Oklahoma, Bama, and some other games on the board. They're up next. We are the Degenerates Next Door. We are rolling on the Degenerates Next Door. College football coming down to the nitty-gritty. Let's bring in our professional handicappers, the dudes that do this for a living. Kenny Britt is one of them. Kenny is from KB Sports. My man, how are you?
Well, I'm doing okay, Jason, but I'm still furious about this YouTube Disney dispute. I'm a professional handicapper. You're a professional. I know you don't like this term, but I don't know another term to use. Shock jock.
Oh, stop it.
Well, what? You're good at it. I watched you on Outkick last week with Dan Dockage, and you're good. I mean, I've known you for 15 years. I've heard you do this. So I thought we'd do a little role reversal real quick where I'll play host, you play professional,
okay,
and give your thoughts on this here. So let me clear my throat. All right, we're back on the Degenerates Next Door. Jason Hammer is our guest. And Jason, I want to get right into it on this YouTube Disney dispute. We've lost 2 Saturdays of college football. We've lost 2 Monday Night Football games. This week, we've got Oklahoma at Alabama and Texas at Georgia, both de facto playoff games, and both are on ABC. You are an SEC guy. You've lived SEC football. You've breathed SEC football. You've been drunk at dozens of SEC football games.
Very
You've
true.
charged the field at dozens of SEC football games. How big of a deal is this, Jason, that millions of viewers, especially in Texas and Georgia and Oklahoma and in Alabama, are going to miss these games this weekend?
KB, I appreciate the kind words, and everything you said is accurate. I wear everything with a badge of honor. And this is the weekend where if college football's leadership if the presidents of these universities, if the presidents of these businesses are serious, this is the weekend you use the leverage, because two of the biggest fan bases that are out there, Alabama and Texas, have high-profile games that may not be seen by a big portion of their base. So here's what to keep an eye on. If you do not see the presidents of these universities, if you do not see the president of the college football playoff making a stink about this, then that means they do not care about you. Now, they might not anyway, but if there's ever a weekend where they've got the leverage, two of the biggest brands in all of college football have high-profile de facto playoff games this weekend. If you do not hear those folks sticking up for their fan base, then I would immediately try to find some other cable provider. Maybe you go back to cable. Maybe you find something else. But if YouTube and Disney, if they don't come to the table when these two fan bases are involved, they will never come to the table. So keep an eye on that this weekend. This is a crap or get off the pot type of weekend. Texas and Bama, two of the biggest brands. If you do not see the movers and shakers using this as leverage this weekend, never go back to YouTube TV ever again, because they're basically giving you a double middle finger.
What's your gut tell you, Jason? What happens this weekend?
I mean, it's 50-50, to be honest with you. I don't believe the games will be on television, but I think after a potential stink is made by the fan bases, who might not realize it until, right before they try to find the game that it's not on, maybe it's back next week. Maybe there's some sort of extension. Like, treat it like the government shutdown. The government shutdown could be ending here in the next couple of days, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen again down the road. It's just kicking the can. It's an extension. So if these two heavy hitters, Texas and Bama, if they really want to take care of their donors, their backers, their NIL providers, and that's key, if these people can't see the fruits of their cash in action, they're going to make a big deal about it. And if they don't, then that means YouTube, Disney don't give two shits about anybody. At that point, cut the cord, get out of there, and move on. Yep.
And, we're only 5 weeks away from playoff games, college football playoff games being on ESPN in 5 weeks.
Yes.
So, all right, well, there we go. We did it. We'll switch back roles now. How did I do walking you in as host? Did I do a good job as a host?
You did pretty good. Job.
Setting you up there. All right.
But seriously, though, if Alabama and Texas, if the big backers and donors and alumni, if they don't make a shitstorm this weekend, then forget about it, because it's not going to happen. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and Jason, in all seriousness, SEC football, for people who's just an average fan, we say this, and I think some people might think we're jokingly say it. This is their life down south.
It is.
It is all year long. It's SEC football is for real, man, and this is life and death for some people. They can't even think of anything else but their team, and it's a pretty big deal. It really truly is.
100%.
All right.
So let's get into what we've got as the biggest game on the slate. It could have easily been the Texas game, but we're going to make it the Alabama game here. Number 11, Oklahoma, at number 4, Alabama. Game is down in Tuscaloosa. The Tide are a 6.5-point home favorite, over under right around 45.5.
Yeah, there's not a lot for me to say on this game. 2 weeks ago I couldn't watch Tennessee and Oklahoma, but you said that pretty much Tennessee should have beat Oklahoma by double digits. Tennessee just gave them the game.
Tennessee pissed down their own leg, fumbles, pick sixes. It was bad.
Yeah. So I looked at the game, the stats and stuff. Oklahoma only had like 350 yards. In college football, that's just mediocre. That's not in the NFL. That's a great day. In college football, 350 yards isn't that good. Mateer was only like 11 for 20 for maybe $140 or something like that. So I just don't see Oklahoma going into Alabama. This is a playoff game. If Oklahoma loses, they're done. Alabama still have some life left. I don't see Alabama not winning this game and probably winning this game by double digits. The line's actually 5.5 on FanDuel.
Okay.
So I'll keep it short. I think Alabama minus 5.5. I think they win by double digits. I just can't see Oklahoma going in there, and they needed a lot of help to beat Tennessee. So I don't see them going into Alabama and winning this game at all. So Alabama minus 5.5.
And again, broken record here, but we say it all the time. If you're not wed to a specific sports book, shop around and find the better number. Bet Rivers and DraftKings, they've got it at 6.5. FanDuel's got it at 5.5. If you're a Bama backer, get the 5.
Yeah, it's ranging 5.5 to 6.5 right now. So absolutely shop around, but we'll take the minus 5.5 in Bama.
All right, so now we'll let you pick any other game on the board. You got a lot of options here, KB. What do you feel good about?
All right, I feel really good about this. And we're going to go to Friday night, actually, Minnesota at Oregon. Jason, I'm going to
row your boat guy.
Yeah, you love the row your boat guy. I'm going to give you a trivia question about Minnesota. Put your Beach Grove education to use. All right. The Golden Gophers are 6-3 this year. They've had 3 road games. What do you think their road record is?
0-3.
Very good. Very good. They have lost on the road to, Cal's a decent team by 13. They lost on the road to Ohio State by 40. They lost on the road to Iowa by 40. Oregon needs this win. Their next 2 games are USC, which is that might be our game of the week next week, possibly. And then after the rivalry week, they're at Washington, which will be a tough game for Oregon. The committee has flat out said, we watch these games. Style points matter. If you've got a 2-loss Oregon team or a 2-loss SEC team for the final spot in a playoff berth, the SEC team's better. You can pick 4 or 5 of them. They're probably better than Oregon, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. So Oregon needs this game, Jason. They need it bad. They need style points. Minnesota can't do anything on the road. Row your boat guy. Yeah. I think Oregon will blow them out by halftime. I'm laying the 25.5. It's a huge number, but I love the Duck. He's my favorite mascot. Oregon all over Minnesota Friday night in Eugene. Yeah, I think this game's over by halftime. So I'm laying a big number, Jason, at 25.5.
Hey, anybody that can just put it to row your boat guy is a friend of mine. All right, so the Ducks minus 25.5 and the Tide minus 5.5. Kenny, if we want to become VIP clients of yours for college football, NFL, we got basketball going on, where can we go?
All right. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, KB Sports. Doing great and everything. I'm crushing NBA right now. I'm absolutely on fire in NBA. Still struggling in college basketball, to be honest. But you can find me on Facebook on KB Sports. One other quick thing, Jason. I fought for this. You denied it with the deny stamp. The true game of the week is the Monon Bell, DePaul at Wabash. Both of them are 8-1. One of the oldest rivalries in college football. I couldn't find a line, but I like DePaul. They've got the better defense. One of the biggest rivalries in college football. DePaul and Wabash. Okay. Monon Bell. Let's go DePaul.
Okay.
Plus my one of my bonus daughter and her husband both went to school there and have been to these games. They're maddening.
Yeah. If you're listening to this from another state, right now and you're like, who the hell is DePaul and Wabash? Small Indiana colleges, like big ass rivalry though, like a lot of bad blood here.
Jason, they've played since the 1880s. I mean, it's one of the oldest in the besides the Ivy League schools, it's one of the oldest in the country.
Got it. My man, We'll talk again on Thursday for the NFL Extravaganza.
All right, bud. Have a good one.
You too. All right, let's bring in our other professional handicapper from followneverfade.com. David Stephanoff is with us. And David, before we get into the plays of this weekend, so we all have like a group text thread, right? And we're talking about gambling stuff last night, watching that god-awful Monday night game. I asked you, as a professional handicapper, what's the most money you have ever bet on one single game? Do you feel comfortable talking about it?
Yeah, I'll share it. I was back when I was an idiot, and I was a horrible person in my life. But yeah, I'm definitely open about talking about it. It was a Notre Dame playing Alabama national championship. The line was 14. I put almost 9,000 on Alabama. Alabama, I think, was up I think Alabama was up 35-0 at halftime. I think that on Notre Dame. It was easy. I was really confident back then on the don't get me wrong. I was really confident, but I did not bet very smart. I don't bet more than $400 or $500 a game. Maybe now I'm not going to BS nobody. No, right. That was back when my kids are kids are in college. Your responsibilities are a little bit different in life. You think you get a little smarter in life,
sure.
Make some better life choices. But yeah, I put $9,100. I'll never forget it. It was an easy bet. I really thought, it was back when Notre Dame was frauds back then. I mean, they still haven't beat nobody yet, but that's how I was really confident. But that was my biggest bet. You asked me, and I had to be honest with you.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't bet like that ever again.
David, when you pull the trigger on a $9,000 bet, like the minute you make that bet, like, is there any feeling of, oh my God, what the hell did I just do? Or did you just feel like Superman and you're thinking, I'm going to double this shit?
Well, when I made the bet, at that point in my life, I didn't care. It was like, I lived on life on the edge, on the sleeve, and didn't care. So but I was really confident, definitely confident in Alabama whooping Notre Dame, because it was SEC back then. SEC was dominant. Alabama was rolling every year. SEC was the team. I was confident. No, I'm not gonna. This day and age, when I've made some pretty large bets on some tennis bets, like on Baby Goat, Carlos Alcaraz here, probably in the past couple of years. A lot of big tennis bets, but like I said, like in our group chat, I'll share. We talk about our bets all the time. 400. I mean, my minimum bet probably $400 or $500 tops is what I bet maybe a day.
Okay, just curious, because I think a lot of people are just curious as to what a professional sports handicapper does in their own personal plays.
I'll cut you off though, but people out there bet like a lot of times because I've been doing this. I don't BS people. I've been doing this since I was 3-4 years old. I've been gambling, but a lot of people like it's hard to win gambling, number one, but number two, a lot of people don't know how to gamble right, know what to make the right bets, and that's a lot of it. You got to bet smart, and people don't know how to make the right bets. You got to know how to gamble or how to make the right bets and make money. And I sent a group text to our group text this weekend. When I was out of town, I sent a screenshot of every kiosk in the casino was filled with guys betting 6-17 parlays. You can't make
right.
We can't do. If you've been people love to parlay, yes, but to make money gambling, you're not going to make money doing parlays in the long run.
Right. And honestly, like, I know it's a movie, but the George Clooney speech in Ocean's 11 is so accurate. If you play long enough, the house will win until that one specific moment where you bet big and you take the house, right?
Well, hey, my dad taught me, my dad's probably the smartest gambler I met in my life, and he said, hey, son, only about 2% of the people in this world win gambling at all, like overall life. It's a really low number. He goes, it's not very common that one person in the family, two people in our family do it. He goes, I've been learning you can't press. You got to bet the same. Like I know, watching your bets, Hammer, I know you don't bet crazy, but you bet the same amount every time. We make fun of Rob, what he bets every time, but whatever. Every person's different, everybody's bankroll is different. We don't judge people on that. Like some people that bet small are really sharp handicappers. They just don't have the bankrolls to do that.
Right.
And everybody comes from a different line of work and a different background, but it's all about betting smart and making the right bets.
All right, so let's see if we can make some right bets here. The game of the week, Oklahoma at Alabama. You brought up the Tide earlier. You had a big win earlier in your life with the Tide. I don't know if you're putting 9,100 on them this week, but number 11, Oklahoma at number 4, Alabama. The number, if you shop around, FanDuel's got it at 5.5. Other places have it at 6.5, but the over-under's pretty consistent at 45.5.
Yeah, I checked that bet stamp this morning. It's 5.5, 6 some places. I've seen 6 some places. This is Oklahoma's undefeated in conference play on the road. They did lose to Texas on neutral site. I think off the 10-day layoff, we talked about this off air. It looks like this game could be a little point scored in this game. Like, I know you like the over here. I like Oklahoma off the rest. Bama's been just played an LSU team with no coaching. They had no coaching last game. I really think Alabama home, the line says it's going to be a close game, 7 down to 6 real quick, some places at 5.5. I like Oklahoma off the layoff here. Oklahoma's going to score some points regardless. Their defense, is prone to give up some points. The quarterback's healthy. They're off the layoff. I just think it's going to be closer than 7 points. I'm not saying Oklahoma's going to knock them off. I like Oklahoma to cover spread here in this game, Hammer.
Yeah, it's a big number when you got a pretty good defense. Oklahoma's got a pretty good defense. Yes. And
they're knocking off Louisville, though. I mean, not Louisville, knocking off Tennessee. I mean, they proved their defense was not very good, but they got the job done. They got the job done in Tennessee. That's a hard place to win. Now, I just think that it's going to be a field goal game either way. If Oklahoma gets up, Alabama's not very good from behind. We've seen that all year.
I think it's going to be interesting to see if Alabama can establish the run, because Oklahoma shuts down the run. We saw that against Tennessee, but Tennessee was also able to torch them through the air, and if Tennessee doesn't piss down their own leg, they probably win that game. But you're right. Somehow, some way, Oklahoma found the ways to get the stops they needed and the points they needed to win that thing.
I think everybody's sitting back and waiting for Alabama to have that one big game where they win like by 30 or 40. The Alabama of old, where everybody's waiting on the receivers to have 3 or 4 quarterback throw for 4 touchdowns. The receivers have a huge game. They haven't had that yet, do they? I don't think that's the kind of team they have right now. So I'm gonna scoop the points up. I'm gonna give the 6 points and give me the Sooners.
All right, so now I'll let you pick any other game on the board. And, David, we're at that point in the season where it could be a game tonight, tomorrow. We've got MACtion midweek. We got Friday games. What are we looking at here?
I'm looking at Friday night's game, Louisville-Clemson. It's going to be a good one. Louisville's going to be big week down in Louisville. Louisville plays Kentucky night basketball. Friday night, they host Clemson at home. Clemson played Saturday versus a Florida State team. Don't let that score fool you. Florida State's horrible. They gave up. Everybody's gave up on the team. The coaches gave up. No coach, no team. That team has gave up in Florida State. So Clemson put it on them pretty good. Now the Clemson has on a short week, has to go to Louisville. Louisville's off a bad loss, but I really believe that Louisville is one of the best teams in the ACC. They went to Miami and beat Miami on Miami's field. I like Louisville in the spot. The line's 3.5. I'm gonna buy the hook Friday night, and one of my biggest play of the weeks is going to be Louisville minus the 3 points Friday night versus the Clemson Tigers.
All right, David, if anybody wants to become a client of yours, you get the college football, you get the NFL, college basketball, which you've been rolling in, by the way, NBA, where can they go?
Hey, Facebook, you can message me anywhere on any platform. Easy to get a hold of. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. College basketball. Sign up for my college basketball package. You get football free for the rest of the year. Right now in college basketball, I think we're 26-16. Pretty good so far. Like I say, I love college basketball. Now I throw a free one out for everybody tonight. My big play tonight's Dayton playing Cincinnati. It's going to be a rivalry game. Put your couple dollars on the over on Cincinnati Dayton tonight. It's a neutral court. Don't let the schedule fool you. It's a neutral court in Cincinnati. It's not on Cincinnati's home court. But hey, message me directly. Sign up for basketball. Get football free. Thank you, Hammer, the captain of this ship. Again, thank you for all you do for me personally. Thank you, Rob Kendall, Mayor Brownsburg. Shout out to KB Sports, Kenny Britt. He's rolling too. We've been hot. Our degenerate group's been hot. I know my breaker's a lot better than it was about a month ago. But thank you, Hammer, again, and don't forget to follow Never Fade.
All right, when we come back, Rob Kendall's going to get nuts, and I got a little degenerate special for you. It's all coming up next. We are the Degenerates Next Door. Back on the Degenerates Next Door. Look, anybody can sit down and watch Oklahoma at Alabama, and that's fine. But you know what? The money you win in the MAC spends the same. Cue up the band. Let's do a Degenerate special.
Yeah! It's time for Hammer's Degenerate Special.
Texas, Georgia, boo! Eastern Michigan at Ball State. Let's go! Now, last week, if you tailed, we won with Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan was a winner in last week's Degenerate Special. So you're probably asking yourself, are we going to let it ride? You never walk away from the table on a heater. Are we going to ride the lightning? No, we are absolutely not, because Eastern Michigan is now a road favorite in a MAC game. Eastern Michigan at Ball State. Eastern Michigan's a 2.5-point favorite. So my question is this. It's very simple. Who the hell is Eastern Michigan to be a road favorite over anybody in America? It'd be hard-pressed to see Eastern as a road favorite against Kent State, who is quite possibly the biggest pair of ass cheeks in college football. Ball State's not great. I mean, let's be honest. They once had a student by the name of Jason Hammer. But Ball State at home, catching points against Eastern Michigan is insulting. So on behalf of David Letterman, on behalf of the dude that makes the Garfield cartoon, and behalf of myself, who I still have a fake ID hanging up at the Muncie Liquor Store on the corner of Kilgore, this one's for all of us, for all of the C students before and after David Letterman, myself included. We're taking Ball State with the points at home. That is your Degenerate Special. Now, if that pick isn't nuts enough for you, I've got something that might be a little more your liking. Rob, you ready to get nuts? Let's do it.
All right. Want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts. Now you want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts.
It's not quite Ball State catching points at home. It's a team that was preseason number 1, as a matter of fact.
First of all, let me say I found the Michael Keaton gif from Batman doing that, and I am now using that to tell local school corporations, you want to put a referendum on the ballot next fall? You want to get nuts?
Come on, let's get nuts.
The Costanza isn't bad enough. You got a Michael Keaton breaking something like, come on, let's get nuts. Anyway, yeah, so here's the deal. We asked the question week 1, and when I asked, everybody was like, this is ridiculous. His autograph is selling for $700. I said, what if Arch Manning isn't actually any good? And it turned out for a while, he wasn't any good.
He stunk early on.
But what if Arch Manning is getting better? And what if the public is so ingrained to the idea that Arch Manning stinks that you could win some cash on Arch Manning actually getting better?
Go on.
So I did a little perusing of who the, teams that still have a shot to win the national championship, could realistically make the playoff, but have higher odds, right? We don't want any of this Ohio State or Indiana. That's too easy. Right now you can get Texas at 30-1.
Preseason number 1 Texas Longhorns. You can now get them at what?
30-1.
Okay.
And if they win out, they're going to probably get in this playoff. I think they're in right now, right? Like the odds have them in, and other people are probably going to lose. So if you think Texas is going to win their final couple games,
it's a big one this weekend. Georgia.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's why it's 30-1. I'm not saying it's a slam dunk. I'm not saying we're home free. If they lose, they're out.
Right. And if they win this week, you sure as hell aren't going to get them at 30-1.
But Georgia doesn't always look like a bunch of world beaters.
Tennessee should have beaten Georgia, too.
That's right. We saw them in that Ole Miss game, right? I mean, Ole Miss, they look dominant, move the ball at times. So 30-1. Arch Manning. What if he's good now? I'm in. Let's get nuts. Texas 30-1 to win it all.
All right. Want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts. Now you want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts.
30-1 on the Fighting Arch Mannings. Okay.
They were like 6-1 to start the year.
They were. That's awesome. You can get that value. Now watch them lose by 40 to Georgia this weekend. All right, let's recap the board here. I am on the over on Oklahoma at Alabama. I got that number at 45.5, and I'm taking South Carolina with the points. We're going to have a little Beamer ball, baby. Nobody covers against top 3 teams on the road like Beamer. Give me the Gamecocks plus 19.5.
I'm going to take my undeserving Oklahoma win and cover a couple weeks ago against Tennessee, take my ball and go home. I don't think Oklahoma's all that good. I'm taking Bama, laying the 5.5, and I'm in a no-lose situation. I've got Pitt getting 11.5 against Notre Dame, so either I win money or Notre Dame's cruising to the national title picture.
Our professional handicappers, Kenny Britt of KB Sports, he's got Bama minus 5.5. He's along with Rob. And then Oregon, big number, laying 25.5 against Row Your Boat guy on Friday night. David Stephanoff of Fall and Never Fade, he's the contrarian. He found Oklahoma catching 6.5. I saw that at Bet Rivers earlier. I think DraftKings still had it at 6.5. So he's on the Sooners getting the points. And a little Friday night, Louisville laying 3. Those are our plays for the weekend. If you want to hear the Let's Get Nuts and the Degenerate special, just go back and listen. And, man, some of those stories that David Stephanoff was telling us about the most money he's ever bet in a game, fascinating stuff. So go back and listen to that. On behalf of everybody here, Kenny Britt of KB Sports, David Stephanoff of Fall and Never Fade, Rob, Kendall, myself, Jason Hammer, good luck, everybody. We will talk to you Thursday for the NFL show, and as always, may the odds be ever in your favor.